All right, we are live. What's up, everybody? Peter Gilmore here for a late night video on this Friday night. And you know what that means? Time for another video right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. As always, thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video. Hit that subscribe button down there, dude. Down in the description box below on this channel and all my other channels as well. And follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. And don't forget to tap and slap that bell. Basically, treat it like it's or whatever. And turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn thing. And if you do, well, fuck you. It is what it is. And if you're first watching, welcome to the party, pal. Hope you like the content. And hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment and do whatever you want. But welcome to the party. I hope you enjoy the ride. If not, get out of here. And that's it. All right, simple to the point. I'm not going to go do a whole spiel. But it is what it is, and that's all I can say about that. All right, on this late Friday night, November the 4th, 2022, or if you're watching on the replay, it is now Saturday, November the 5th, 2022, the first official weekend of November. We're counting down those days till Thanksgiving. We are at, as of this video, 19 days away from Thanksgiving, just a little under 3 weeks away. So that great Thanksgiving Day where we eat a lot and watch football. Ain't that, I wish that was every day. We can watch sports every day. Well, we can, but, you know. But, and then, never mind. I messed up. Whatever. But, hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving coming up in a couple weeks. And then we'll start the holiday season. And then the end of the year is almost here. Get that right. But I digress. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this late Friday night, I want to get this done really quick because we got Crown Jewel coming up in about 10.5 hours on that lovely streaming service known as Peacock. So see what happens with that. Coming up in about 10.5 hours, Crown Jewel 4 from that country of Saudi Arabia. And we'll talk about that later. But anyway, let's get right down to it. Hope you had a great Friday. And if you didn't, well, fuck you. That's it. All right, let's get down to it. Let's not waste any more time. All right, so here's your Smackdown and AEW Rampage review for November the 4th, 2022. And we're going to, as always, usually we start off with Rampage, and sometimes we start off with Smackdown, but we're going to start off with Smackdown tonight. Smackdown was taped, if you didn't know it was taped, from the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri, the home state of our good friend Randy, as I like to say, Randy Orton's monotonous voice, the master of that move that I like to call the Gilmore Cutter. He stole it from me. It's not the RKO, it's the Gilmore Cutter. You know, I took it from him, but I modified it, and it's much better. But I digress. All right, so we're live from the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri, and our commentary team, as usual, Mitchell Cole and Bad News Wade Barrett. And I'm afraid I got some bad news for you. You gotta wake up tomorrow early to watch this goddamn pay-per-view. That's gonna suck! But I digress on that. Alright. So, this is the official go-home show for Smackdown. As we go into tomorrow, later on today, pay-per-view from Saudi Arabia. And they're gonna do this pay-per-view amidst all the terror threats with Iran and trying to invade Saudi Arabia, but now Iran's saying, oh, we're not going to do it. Yeah. Okay. Next thing we know, we hear somebody got killed within the wee hours before this goddamn pay-per-view starts. It's some shit's gonna go down tomorrow. I can guarantee that, probably. But you never know. Hopefully nothing goes down. But anyway, we start off the show, and we got a big show. Not that big show, but we had a big show this evening. The main event was for the Intercontinental title. We had Rey Mysterio, booyaka booyaka, taking on the big man from Austria, Walter. Not Gunther, it's Walter. I don't know why he doesn't want to change his name back. Why would you go with a name that Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard gave you instead of your real name, which is Walter? I don't know. But anyway, so we had that, and we also had some other matches on the card. And we started off the night with a no disqualification match between Liv Morgan, who got killed off by Chucky on this past Wednesday, if you didn't see Chucky. It was kind of creepy, that freaking thing. But anyway, Liv Morgan taking on Sonya Deville in a no disqualification brawl. Wasn't that brutal, wasn't that hardcore, but still a pretty decent match. Starts up with a big, humongous brawl at the start. Sonya grabs some kendo sticks, or Singapore canes for you people that don't know what they are. Drives Liv into the apron. Ow. They go back in the ring, and Sonya starts beating the crap out of Liv with the sticks. That sounded weird, but okay. And Liv Morgan, during her sadomasochist gimmick, is like, yes, sir, but I like another. Anyway, Liv fights back and grabs the sticks and starts beating down Sonya for a little bit. Then she goes outside and it's table time. Grabs a table, but that gets broken up. Sonya then puts the table under the ring. Oh, no table for you. So they get back in the ring. Liv hits a suicide dive on the outside. Then she does it again for good measure. Then we get the table set up. Liv then drives Sonya through the table. I am not the table as it broke. Sometimes it breaks, sometimes it doesn't. Because I think they get their tables from the Home Depot. I don't know. Or Lowe's. I don't know. But anyway, so we get that. We go to break. We come back. And Sonya gets back up. Throws like 6,000 chairs into the ring. Would you Terry Funk and Cactus Jack at the ECW arena when everybody's throwing chairs in the ring? Or at the CCW arena back in 2007? Everybody's throwing chairs in the ring. Yeah, it's a chair party. You throw everybody in the ring. That was sick. Those two things were sick if you haven't seen them on video. Crazy stuff. Anyway, so she throws a whole bunch of chairs in the ring. Then Sonya hits a running knee, followed by a middle rope knee for a near fall. But Liv comes back, hits a springboard code breaker for a near fall. But Sonya comes back, powerbombs Liv on the chairs. Ow! For a very near fall. But Liv comes right back after that crap. And hits another code breaker, which staggers Sonya. Then she hits Oblivion on the chairs. Damn, they must have bad backs. They're going to need a chiropractor after this. I'll volunteer, but, it is what it is. So she hits Oblivion on the chair. And she gets the win in just under 14 minutes. So get that. Good brawl. Nothing great, but I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Bing, bang, boom. That's what she said. And we move on. All right. Then we get a look back at Tennille Dashwood's return, or Emma. Her return and losing in about 8 minutes to Ronda Rousey in that her SmackDown Women's Title Open Challenge. So we see that. And then we go to Erin Moore, who talks to Tennille Dashwood. I'm going to call her Tennille. I don't like her Emma name. Anyway, so she talks to Tennille, and she's all excited to be back. The blood was pumping. She was like, I haven't been here in 5 years, but the blood was pumping even though I lost. So she's all, happy to be back in WWE. And then Xia Li comes from out of catering after eating a spring roll or something like that, and comes in and interrupts. She calls her weak, and then Emma's like, "What you say, bitch?" Forearms in her face, shoves her down, and then we're gonna get a match out of this. It was just a segment. Probably get him back next week. Don't care. And that's pretty much it. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And really, this evening's Smackdown wasn't that great, but it is what it is. All right, then we get 2 videos about the whole Roman Reigns and Logan Paul feud. The first video was Logan Paul's brother Jake being announced to be in his corner at Crown Jewel. Then we see a video of the press conference that happened earlier today in Saudi Arabia, where Logan Paul came out on a camel, and then he announced that his brother Jake was going to be in his corner, and nobody cares about that. And then they showed like him, like Roman's like, what the fuck? He's talking to, like, Paul's like, did you know about this, Paul? Wise man? Paul's like, I don't know. So we got that. It was a corny freaking press conference anyway. So we see that, and then we see what led up to this match, which is going to happen tomorrow. I can't wait for it. I hope it doesn't last like more than 10 minutes. And I want Roman to beat the fuck out of him and his fucking brother too. Because both of them are assholes. Social media assholes. That's what they are. I hope Roman and the Bloodline beat the fuck out of them. Because they're the ones, and those Paul brothers are a bunch of shitheads. Number 2s. That's all it is. Logan Paul is not winning tomorrow, and if you think he is, then you're a fucking delusional fuck. Fuck that motherfucker. Bottom line. So we get that. Alright, so that's that. Then we get another Viking Raiders Sarah Logan video. Are we gonna get this for another like 9 weeks, and they're gonna come back like at the Royal Rumble or something like that? Corny as fuck, man. That's that. Alright, then we get to match number 2. Which pits Ricochet taking on our good friend, my good friend, and maybe it might be your good friend, but if not, it's not. My good friend, not LA Knight, his name is Eli Drake. That's not an insult. That's just a fact of life. Yeah, dummy. Anyway, so Ricochet comes out wearing ridiculously white and purple gear, and then Eli comes out, and he starts mocking Samantha Irvin, who is Ricochet's girlfriend, starts mocking her intro, and saying, hey, you should do it again, you should just, just mocking her, and that really pissed off Ricochet, so he goes outside and beats the crap out of Eli, gotta see my girl! So, beats him up on the outside, then he throws Eli in. We actually start the match with a kick to the back. Then a few shots by Eli to take Ricochet down. And then Eli blows up a top rope lion salt, but missed. No money in the pool for you. But Ricochet then knocks Eli to the floor. So we go to break. We come back. Eli comes back, as always. The heel come back during the break. Eli stomps away at Ricochet in the corner, hits the jumping neck breaker for a near fall. He goes up but spends way too much time yapping. Yeah! Which allowed Ricochet to jump up for a super hurricanrana. Then a running shooting star press gets a near fall, but Eli then, they kind of trade pinfalls, but Eli then rolls up Ricochet right near the ropes, and he does basically a Becky Lynch when she defeated Bianca, I think it was Bianca Belair. She had her hand on the ropes and then handful of tights combo. So he wins with that right under the 10-minute mark. And that's it. So Eli gets the win. Match gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. So Eli still on the winning track. That's all that matters. Alright, then we go to the locker room of the Bloodline. Hope you ones. And we have Sami Zayn, or Sami Uso, and the Usos, along with Solo Sikoa. So Sami's hyping up the Usos, being ready to set the all-time record for longest tag team title reign that was set by the New Day at 485, I believe. So they're just about to about to beat that. I think right now they're at as of right now, 480. I think 480, 479, 480, somewhere on that range. So they're probably gonna beat Ridge Holland and Butch tomorrow, and then become the longest reigning tag team champions. So next Friday night on SmackDown, there's gonna be a tag title match where we just don't know who's gonna face the New Day. And I'll get to that segment in a second. But I think we're gonna see another New Day Usos match. It should be good. I just wish Big E was part of it, but not. But he's getting better. Thank God, Big E's getting better. We're at that. So anyway, Sammy's hyping up the Usos, and Jey Uso still being hothead. It's like, I don't like your advice, dear Sammy. He's like, we were the champions before you even got here, and we're gonna be champions after you leave. Or after you're gone, basically. So Sammy's like a little sad panda, and then Jimmy Uso's like, well, he's got a point there, Sammy. So they leave, and Sammy's like, my dogs! Come back here, my dog! You're my dogs! Come back here! And then Soul's like, I don't know. So that's pretty much it. So I don't know what to think of that segment, but I gave it 3 out of 5 stars anyway. And we'll move on from there. My head hurts, I'm sorry, son. But I'm tired too, so I gotta finish this off pretty soon. I don't make it too long. Alright, after that, we get Bray Wyatt with another promo, sharing his feelings. Kind of feels like Dave Mustaine almost. I didn't know you had any feelings. Hello, Dave. Good morning, Dave. David! Alright, so we got Bray Wyatt, and he says it's new to him, and he doesn't like people playing with his mind and playing him like that. The last couple weeks he's been interrupted by Uncle Howdy. So he starts talking, and then we kind of get some, glitches and the Wyatt 6 logo, and just read some other pictures. Then we pause for a little bit, and somebody with a box comes in, like a stagehand comes in with a box. And then the camera's getting hacked, and we see all these images, and we see one of the images looked like a woman with a swirl on her face, almost like Spiral from the Jigsaw movie. I think it was Spiral or whatever it was. We see that, and people are like, who the hell is this? And I'm thinking, I thought it was Becky Lynch because of the red hair. But upon further examination, I think it might be Shotzi Blackheart. She's evil and does all that, Halloween Havoc stuff. I'm thinking it might be Shotzi, but then again, I could be wrong. But anyway, so Bray starts talking about getting annoyed at a driver who cut him off. And then during this whole thing, this stagehand with a box is just staring a hole right into Bray. It looks like he got hypnotized. Like how Josh Matthews got hypnotized by the Undertaker, and then he turns he's like, oh! And he starts talking like the Undertaker, and then he comes back, oh, what? So what do you think? All right, so the camera then keeps cutting back and forth to the Wyatt 6 logo, as he's just ranting and raving about how he wants to break things because he can't handle himself. And then basically that's the promo, that's it. It's just weird. But I like it. I like where this is going. We're going to hear from Bray tomorrow. Actually, there's more. I forgot it. I didn't read my notes correctly. So Bray wants to gotta reach down into his soul and apologize for interrupting him. Then we get more glitches. The man apologizes. Bray seemingly accepts the apology and says, get out of here. Then we get a graphic saying Bray Wyatt is going to be a crown jewel tomorrow. And, yeah. So we got that. So it looks like Bray's got demons still. It's like all these images of Bray's inner evil coming out. And we really didn't see Uncle Howdy that much. But I guess we're going to see him tomorrow. Both Dallas. And we see that. But we did see an image of some woman that it could be Shotzi Blackheart. I don't know who this woman is, but I'm surprised we didn't get a QR code or something like that will lead us into something, but we didn't get that. Somebody on Twitter made me laugh, said, hey, when Jeff Jarrett should have had QR codes leading up to his his debut in AEW. I was like, what? Okay. That would have been funny, but, stupid at the same time. So we get that. So we'll see what happens tomorrow with Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt Six. And that's it. More weird stuff coming your way tomorrow. Let me get that. So I get Anyway, so I get that. So I gave that 4 out of 5. Because I just like this Bray Wyatt stuff. It's very well played out. Even though people are saying online that they're really messing Bray Wyatt up already. It's like it's not even being pulled off correctly. That's your opinion, but I'm liking the way it's being portrayed so far. I just gotta give it time. It is what it is. Alright, so I gave it 4 out of 5. If you don't like it, too bad. Alright, after that, we get the Usos, the Unified Champs, coming out for a chat. They're ready to become the longest reigning tag team champions. And then the crowd starts chanting, Oosie, Oosie. Some of you have not been feeling very Oosie lately, like me. So we hear about how the next step is, getting by the Brawling Brutes, Ridge Holland and Butch. So then, the New Day come out. Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. So they come out. I'm like, what now with these two idiots? So they get in the ring. They say they're going to be cheering for the Brawling Brutes tomorrow. But if somehow the Usos retain, which they probably will, we got next. Obviously, there's no other tag teams besides them and the Viking Raiders. Who we don't know when they're coming back. To possibly go at the Usos right now until maybe Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens reunite. Probably by Royal Rumble time. But anyway, so they come out and say, we got next. Then the Brawling Brutes come from behind and beat down the Usos for a little bit. They beat down, they're kind of like everybody gets involved in this crap. And then Soul Sikoa and Sami Zayn come in, try for the save. Butch comes back. He comes back with a shillelagh. Hoy, Mike shillelagh. Some shots to everybody. Well, not everybody, but the Usos and the Bloodline. But then Soul Sikoa takes Butch down, and the Bloodline stand tall. So we got that. So we'll see what happens tomorrow with the Usos and the Brawling Brutes. Whoever wins gets the New Day next Friday night on Smackdown for the tag team belts. And I think it's going to be New Day against the Usos. Usos are going to obviously win that. And then at Survivor Series, we're going to get a War Games type match with the Bloodline taking on, I don't know who. Probably just 4 guys who hates the Bloodline. So it'll be those 5 guys against. I would probably think it'd be. Let me think. Who would be the other 5 guys on that team? Had to be somebody from Raw. Okay, so it's SmackDown versus Raw, most likely. So it'd be Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, the Usos, and Soul Sikoa taking on. I would think Drew McIntyre. Damn, I don't know what 5 would be in that. Besides maybe Drew McIntyre. I was thinking Killer Cross, but that won't work. So I would think maybe Bobby Lashley. Could be, possibly, but Drew McIntyre and then 3 other schmucks. So we'll see what happens with that. But I think that's going to be the men's War Games match. War Games! As Rico would say. The women will probably be Damage Control and 2 other people against Bianca, Asuka, Lexi, Candice LeRae, and a mystery partner. Who we don't know who that could be. Could be Raquel Rodriguez, could be Shotzi. Could be somebody new, like maybe Tegan Nox. Don't know. Let me move on from there. So I give the Usos segment 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to the back with the lovely Kayla Braxton in all black. What? And she talks to Rey Mysterio, who loves wrestling, or who doesn't, and is ready to fight back to win the Intercontinental title from Walter. He ain't gonna win. Nobody's gonna beat Walter at this point. Walter could go on a 1,000-day reign as Intercontinental champ. But, I mean, he's gonna lose, but I just don't know to who. Maybe, I was gonna say Shinsuke, but I don't think it's gonna be Shinsuke. But we'll get that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we go to our next match, another women's match. This time we have Shayna Baszler. Ooh, yeah. Shayna Baszler comes out with Ronda Rousey, her best friend, 2/3 of the 4 horsewomen. You know, the other 2 are gone, really. Well, actually, Marina Shafir's in AEW, and Jessamine Duke, I have no idea where she is. So, there you go. So, 2/3 of the 4 horsewomen of the MMA are there. So, Shayna's in action, taking on Natalya. This came out from last week, when basically Shayna came up from behind Natalya and choked her out. So, we get this match. So, it was an match. And the ending was just, whew. Not the ending, I mean the aftermath was sick. It made me really mark out. This is the Shayna Baszler we all wanted to see on the main roster, not the NXT version, which she was just a monster in NXT. Why didn't they bring that version of Shayna Baszler to the main roster? They just made her look like shit. And then they finally give her a women's title match against Becky at WrestleMania 36. Everybody thought she was going to win, and what happens? Becky wins. And then from there on, Shayna went downhill. I thought she was going to get released. And then she kind of comes back with that, with Nia, Jax. They win the tag team belts twice. And then she's like bouncing around. And then they kind of put her with Natalya. I thought they were going to be women's champions after Sasha and Naomi left. They didn't do that. Don't know why. And then really nothing major with Shayna here and there. And then now she's back. She had that semi-feud with I think she had a match. I think for the title and she lost. And then we were thinking like Ronda versus Shayna at the Survivor Series. I thought that like months ago. But now Ronda and Shayna look like a tag team now. A deadly tag team. I would hate to be the women's tag team champions if they face them. So we get that. So it's also with Natalya getting taken down to start, but comes back to reverse the arm stomp into a roller for a near fall. Shayna goes right after the arm again, takes Natalya down. Natalya is kind of like, I can't beat her. And that gets broken up. Natalya hits the discus clothesline. And looks to go for another move, but gets pulled right into the Kira Fida clutch. And she taps out like a drunk woman in a little over 4 minutes. So there you go. So Shayna gets the win. Match gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. After the match, Ronda comes in. They celebrate. And then Shayna just starts looking at Natalya, who's on her knees, and like kind of like, I got lost. And then Shayna just goes berserk of Natalya, breaks her nose wide open. Blood was like almost gushing out of her nose. She's like going like, my nose! I'm like, yeah, she broke her nose, dude. And then like we see her with a towel. She's like going like this. I'm like, yeah, your nose is broken. And then we see a towel all bloodied up, and then she pulls off the towel, and she's like gushing blood. I'm like, oh, sick. This is the Shayna Baszler I wanted to see. And I think everybody can agree with me that this is the Shayna Baszler we all want. This killer instinct Shayna Baszler like we saw in NXT. I wish she wasn't with Ronda right now, then she's doing this gimmick right now, and she'd go after Ronda and beat the fuck out of her. But I think we'll get that maybe by WrestleMania. If not, I don't know when. But I think Ronda's going to hold that belt to WrestleMania until Becky comes back. And Becky's going to beat her at WrestleMania 39. Maybe because of Shayna. I don't know, but we'll see. So I gave that. So that aftermath was just sick. Great shit. Good shit. Let me get that. So, Natalia, well, I guess you're going to be wearing a mask over your nose now. Maybe that's an improvement. I don't know. Those people that love Natalia and her Instagram pictures and her sister and doing all these weird sexual stuff on their YouTube page. Okay. Not that I watch it, but I am subscribed, but I don't watch it, really. I could care less about Natalia, to be honest with you. Anyway. So we move on. Then we get a video about the whole Drew McIntyre and Killer Cross feud that's going to culminate tomorrow with that steel cage brother match. That's going to be pretty brutal. We'll see what happens. All right, after that, we see Braun Strowman walking to the ring. But we go to break, we come back. MVP is in the ring, and he's not going to be there tomorrow at Crown Jewel, I guess, for obvious reasons, because a lot of people are not going to be there tomorrow, like Sammy, like Kevin Owens, like MVP, and Seth Rollins, and I think Riddle as well, because they have their views about Saudi Arabia and everything. I guess they're missing a big paycheck from the Saudi prince, that blood money. But anyway, MVP comes out and he introduces 5 unnamed jobbers to take on Braun Strowman. So they come out, and then Braun's music hits. He comes out and just runs them over, beats the fuck out of these guys. Then he chases MVP off, but MVP tries to come back with his cane, that walking stick cane he has. Braun no-sells it, and then he takes the stick and just breaks it in half. Then he picks up MVP, hits a running power slam, and the fans are like, these fucking marks. In the crowd, like, do it again! So Braun's like, one more time? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, like Paul Stanley would say. So he picks up MVP again, hits another one, and that's it. We get nothing here. So I gave this 2 out of 5 because there was nothing. And tomorrow's match with Braun Strowman and Nomas, gonna be a nothing match. I'm not giving 2 shits about it. And that's pretty much it. You blew it! I'm watching Billy Madison, so good movie. So hot, want to touch the hiney? Gotta love Adam Sandler. You don't like Adam Sandler? Fuck you. That's where that she's got a nice ash comes from the late great Chris Farley. She's got a nice ash, and I know from experience. People thought that Chris Motionless from Motion White said that years ago when he was talking about Ash Costello, he used to be going out with him, banging and everything. Because he said that on stage one time when he was singing Angel Eyes with her at the time. He hugged her and kissed her, and he looked at the crowd and goes, she has a nice H. And I know from experience, I'm like, yeah, you got that from Billy Madison, didn't you? But yeah, Ash Costello does have a nice Ash. That's just not her name. She has a nice Ash. She's a doll. She's my sweetheart. She told me herself. When I first met her, she's like, we first took that picture together, which I have on I think I have it on my Facebook page. She's like, don't we make a good couple? And I didn't say anything at the time, but then I posted it to her Twitter page. I was like, oh yeah, we do. And we still do. She's a doll. I love her. And I'm not simping for her because, I'm with who. And that's another thing I want to bring up. All these people, think that, I said something on Twitter yesterday about how, on a tweet that EO had about her being they're in Mexico, and she says, Cállate la boca, which means shut the fuck up in Spanish. Not in that way, but, shut up in Spanish. So I go, yeah, that's what me and my roommates say, because she's Mexican. And then people take everything I say and twist it and think, oh, he's not with Rosa anymore. You take everything I say so seriously. I mean, seriously. Like, seriously! Get a fucking life, you fucking mongoloids. Christmas is coming, you're getting coal in your stockings. Ain't gonna be me, I'm getting a whole ton of good stuff. But I digress. We move on. So we got that. And, yeah, so this fucking segment with Braun Strowman being 5 jobbers and then putting MVP through basically through the mat, technically, I gave 2 out of 5 stars. I was going to give it a dud, but, yeah, it is what it is. Alright, after that, we go to Kayla in the back with Walter and Imperium, Marcel Barthel, and Fabian Aichner. They're there, and Walters is ready to beat the crap out of Rey Mysterio, and nothing is going to change that because he's going to retain the belt. Simple to the point promo. And we move on. Alright, then we get a video of the lovely Zelina Vega and the Legado del Fantasma, and we find out that next week, Shinsuke Nakamura is going to fight Santos Escobar. So we get that, and then they're in some type of room, I think. And they're talking. Zelina Vega's doing most of the talking, and Santos starts talking. They're not really impressed that Shinsuke came back to SmackDown last week to help Hit Row beat them. So he's saying next week we're going to get revenge. Or revancha, that's in Spanish. So we'll see what happens with that. Should be a good match next week. And that's it. Then they drink whatever they drink. It looked like fruit punch. Not this fruit punch, Rockstar Fruit Punch, our sponsor for tonight. This does look like the Rated R logo. By Edge. This is good shit, by the way. If you have had any energy drink besides Monster, this is good shit. Rain is good. G Fuel is okay. I only like one flavor of G Fuel, and that's the cotton candy one. But I like this flavor myself and the cola one, but I can never find that one. They have watermelon. Watermelon's okay. It's not great. It tastes like freaking Jolly Ranchers. But this is good shit. Monster, any flavor basically is good shit. Especially the rehab ones like lemonade and stuff like that. That's good shit. Not a big fan of Bang. There's only one flavor I like. That's the fruit punch one. I don't really drink much of Bang anymore. Rain, I like a couple flavors, but it's good shit. I'm not supposed to be drinking some of that shit because it messes you up a little bit with your, it can lead to bad things in your heart. I think that's from what I heard from Will and everybody, because they used to drink a lot of energy drinks. I don't drink it all the time. I just drink it just because I need some energy and shit to wake me up and keep me up sometimes. That's good shit. It's like good pussy. Most of you can't get that, but I can. But I digress. Alright, so we got Shinsuke Nakamura and Santos Escobar next week on SmackDown. Also on SmackDown, we got Roman Reigns going to be on the show. Ronda Rousey's going to be on the show. I forget what else is going to be on the show next week. The New Day and the Usos or the Brawling Brutes for the tag belt. So we got a big show next week. And we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so I gave that segment 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we go to your main event of the evening for the Intercontinental title. Rey Mysterio taking on Walter, who has Marcel Barthel and Fabian Aichner at ringside. Match was pretty decent. It wasn't that bad. So it starts out with Walter using his power and size, beating the crap out of the smaller, faster Rey Mysterio. He knocks Rey to the outside as we go to an early break. We come back. Rey is sent stomach first to the floor. Ow. Comes right back in for a crucifix bomb. Then he grabs a 1902 sleeper and kind of has Walter in trouble. Walter climbs to the middle rope and crashes backwards to free himself. Though I thought we were going to do like a Rowdy Piper Bret Hart WrestleMania 8 moment, but they didn't do that. So we go to another break. We come back. Rey manages a knockdown. Hits the tope. Not the tope, sorry. The top rope. See the senton splash. Then a lion salt gives Rey a near fall. He counts a powerbomb into a Hurricane Rana for a near fall. So he's just getting near falls galore. Another powerbomb by Walter is counted into the code red for another near fall. And Walter is pissed. So we get a running dropkick in the corner. I think it was by Walter. Then he hits the powerbomb, goes for the cover, gets a near fall out of that, and Walter's still pissed off. He can't put this guy down. Goes for another powerbomb. It gets counted into the setup for the 619. Goes for the 619, but Walter kicks him away with one hell of a big boot, and that was basically it. Hits that big, almost a clothesline from hell. Knocks Ray silly. 1, 2, 3. Walter retains the title in just over 18 minutes. And that's it. Match was alright. Gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. After the match, Walter grabs the belt and he holds it up and he does the Imperium pose with his buddies. And that's pretty much it. So, Walter retains with a pretty damn good match. And that's pretty much it for that. Alright, so that ends SmackDown. SmackDown was decent. It wasn't that bad. So I gave it 6.5 out of 10 stars. And that's pretty much it. And we will move on. Alright, now we're going to go to Rampage, which was live from the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey. And our commentary team of the man behind the mask, Excalibur, Tony Baloney, the very legendary, very evil Tony Baloney Schiavone, and good old back dog Jim Ross, barbecue sauce, by God, Stone Cold. And so we had that. So we start off with Iron Mike Tyson coming out as a special commentator. He didn't bring out his tigers this time. No, not. He's not gonna bring out his tigers like in freaking the Hangover or sing in the air tonight and Hey, I've been off his ear. Hey, Mike Tyson. That's so Pinkman. That's funny. So Mike Tyson comes out to a big ovation from the crowd. I mean, he's a legend. So anyway, after that, we go to a video package of what happened on Dynamite with the legend himself, Katsuyori Shibata, coming in. We're basically kind of debuting for AEW, coming out to save Orange Cassidy, and then Orange Cassidy giving him that All-Atlantic Dream contract so he can face. So he picks his opponent for Friday. So he picked Shibata. So we get that. So we get a. So if you did not know who the fuck Shibata was, now you know. If you don't know, now you know. So we see the history of his devastating head injury, where the doctor said he was able to wrestle in, and didn't wrestle for about maybe a couple years. Then he finally came back in Japan, had a couple matches that were freaking epic, and now he's back at a part-time basis. Because with the head injuries, you want to be careful with that. And he's still training at the New Japan Dojo, and I think in Los Angeles. So we got that. So that's a good little backstory. So finally we get a backstory about New Japan. Every time they bring in somebody from New Japan, they don't really give us much backstory. So people who are just first watching AEW and first learning about these New Japan stars, because you don't watch New Japan World like I do, and don't Google it. But now AEW's starting to do that, which is good. About time. So we get that. So Shibata comes out, epic fucking theme, not as great as Minoru Suzuki, but he has an epic theme song. He comes out looking great, like he hasn't aged either. I don't even know how old he is. It's like in his 30s, I think, 30s, maybe 40. But he comes out, the fans love it. Even though one guy in the crowd's like. But some people just don't know who the fuck this guy is. I have one guy on Instagram with that does a lot of good stuff. I think his name is Buff Egan. I think his name is. I don't know what his name is, but he's a good friend. He's a good friend of mine on Instagram. But he doesn't even know who half these Japanese guys are. I have to tell him in messages. I'm like, this is who he is. Blah blah blah. And then he messages me back and like, oh, I still don't know who he is. Watch his matches, then you'll know. He's a god in Japan. Not like Okada and Tanahashi and Naito! Or even Ishii or Goto, because those legends. But we move on. By the way, tomorrow night, actually, really, it's about to start, actually, I think. Battle Autumn, New Japan's new pay-per-view, or the November pay-per-view. Battle Autumn is about to begin, because it's the next day in Japan. It's November 5th. Well, actually, it's really going to be November 6th pretty soon. So, I think it's starting now, I think. I think it starts at 3 o'clock, which is going to start pretty soon. Battle Autumn. So, it's going to be a good show. I'm going to watch it later, obviously, because I'm going to go to sleep pretty soon. Got to get up in a few hours to just watch Crown Jewel. And then, probably watch some of that. I gotta go out. I gotta go out tomorrow to do some stuff. But probably I got nothing to do this weekend. I'm off actually right now. So from work, I don't work on weekends. So got the whole weekend to myself. I can watch a whole ton of shit if I wanted to. So, but I'll probably watch Battle Autumn probably on Sunday. So I got things to do tomorrow. We'll move on. So anyway, Shibata comes out, and then Orange Cassidy comes out with the best friends. Give me a hug. Of Trent and Chucky T and Mr. Danhausen. I will curse you. You should curse these mongoloids. Just do it for me, Mr. Danhausen. You're very evil and very dangerous like me. But I digress. Alright, so we get to the first match for the All-Atlantic title. Orange Cassidy and Katsuyori Shibata. This match was fucking epic match. So Shibata looked very intense in this match. So Cassidy does his usual shit. Oh, put my hands down my pants. Shibata gets Cassidy in a headlock takeover, take him down. And then Cassidy reverses that, has Shibata in a headlock. Shibata gets out of that. He goes to the floor. Cassidy dies on the Shibata on the floor. That was sick. Then he sends Shibata into the guardrail. That really didn't do much to Shibata, because he comes right back with a big boot. Tosses Cassidy into the guardrail. Then he rolls back into the ring, then he rolls back to the floor, so he kind of broke the count. Fight is back on the floor. But both men then roll back into the ring. We go to commercial. We come back. Once again, OC puts his hands down his pants. Hits a drop kick in the corner. But Shibata comes back, grabs Cassidy's foot, takes him down with a heel trip. Then he stomps on OC and mocks Cassidy. He's like, ooh, I can put my hand down my pants too. I put my hand down my pants. And starts mocking him, kicks him right in the face. Cassidy stands up and is really pissed. Like, oh, you kicked me in the face, huh? And then basically he sits down in the ring. Shibata then sits down. And then they start mocking each other. That was funny as fuck. Shibata hits Cassidy right in the jaw. Ow. Cassidy's down in the corner. Shibata hits Cassidy, hits him with a running drop kick. Goes to the pin, gets a niff out of that. Cassidy comes right back. Picks up Shibata with a suplex, but Shibata comes back, lands on his feet, and then both men take each other down with palm strikes. Shote! See, I know Japanese words. Anyway, Cassidy then kicks Shibata in the chest. Shibata comes right back with a big leaping elbow, takes Orange Cassidy down. Shibata then has Cassidy locked up with a basically 1905 abdominal stretch. Cassidy falls back, gets his foot on the bottom rope to break the hold. That's a good way to break the hold. Shibata picks him up. Orange Cassidy counters and drops Shibata, but Shibata comes right back, hits a Death Valley driver. Tries for a stunner in a move on OC, but OC counters with a beach break. Goes for the pin. Shibata kicks out of that too. Then Cassidy comes back, hits the orange punch. No, not Hawaiian punch, not fruit punch, but an orange punch. Shibata comes right back, but Cassidy counters a move, hits another orange punch. 1, 2, 3. Orange Cassidy gets the win and retains the All Atlantic Championship in probably one hell of a match that I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. After the match, we get a code of honor. Very nice. Then Orange Cassidy puts the sunglasses on Shibata, and they do the pose. And then Mike Tyson leaves the commentary table. That's what he looked. He was just a guest for the match. And he looked very excited on commentary. He's like, 1, 2, oh, I can't believe he kicked out. I can't believe he kicked out of that, Evander. We get that. So, but it was an amazing match. Amazing. Loved it. And we move on. All right, then we go backstage with Lexi Nair. I don't even know, that's not a real name, obviously, but if it is, that's just the weirdest name I ever heard. But we go backstage with Lexi, and she's talking to the AEW Women's Champion, Toni Storm, looking hot as always. So Toni tells Jamie Hayter, her opponent at Full Gear, that she will need to take responsibility for her actions from, I guess, this past Wednesday night and previously, and basically gonna kick her ass. That's pretty much it. We get that. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. We go to break. We come back once again with Lexi. This time she's with the Blackpool Cuck Club, or the Blackpool Combat Club. So we have Bryan Danielson. Yes, and the Swiss Superman Claudio Castagnoli. Welcome to my cafe. I haven't seen that in a while. I haven't seen that since really the Ring of Honor days. That's not Ring. Well, he's still in Ring of Honor technically. I wish but he does that on. Sometimes he does that on Twitch. He drinks his coffee. I don't watch most of his Twitch stuff. I really watch like Adam Cole and when she's on Rosemary. Well, we haven't seen Rosemary or her alter ego Courtney Rush on Twitch in a long time. She's too busy doing other stuff. Good stuff, if you know what I mean. Not that stuff. But yeah, I only watch Adam Cole. I watch. Sometimes I watch Kip Sabian. I watch Jessica Havoc. I watch Mia Yim once in a while, and I watch Matt Hardy and Rebby Hardy just for giggles. But mainly sometimes when I go on Twitch, I just watch Adam Cole, baby. Good stuff. I mean, but I do have like AJ Styles. I have Samoa Joe. He's rarely on. I am subscribed. Follow Xavier Woods on Twitch. With the his up down down on YouTube, and I think he has the same thing on Twitch. It's good stuff. But anyway, so they're there with Regal, and Claudio says he draws the line when Chris Jericho starts attacking commentators like Ian Riccaboni, or as I call him, Ricka Boring. Sorry, but anyway. So we're going on about how Jericho is disrespecting Ring of Honor, calling the Ring of Honor title the Ring of Jericho title, the Ocho, stuff like that. So then Bryan Danielson says that he brought honor and prestige to the Ring of Honor title. They both say that we're both former Ring of Honor champions, so we should get a shot at the title. So Danielson says, give me one more shot. Like he wants a 4th match with Jericho. And tells Jericho, I'm going to stomp your face in. And then Claudio's like, well, I never got my rematch when I lost at Death Before Dishonor. So he never got his rematch, yeah. So he's going to get his rematch at Full Gear. Then I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And then Regal's like, tells Jericho, make your choice. And that's basically it. So we might get a triple threat match, but there's more. We'll get that in a second. So I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. All right, then we go to, I believe this is match number 2 on the night. We have women's tag team action. We have Madison Rayne and Sky Blue taking on Jamie Hayter and her best friend, Dr. Britt Baker. Say it with me now. DMD, baby. Match was usual. At least it wasn't at the 9:30 death slot. But anyway, usually you would see a women's match in the second match, and sometimes you see it in the main event, like we saw last week with was it Willow Nightingale and somebody, I forget who it was last week. But anyway, move on. So match was alright. Kind of went back and forth for a little bit. We're getting to the end of the match. And Jamie Hayter comes in, nails Madison Rayne. Then she hits Sky Blue from behind. Actually, Sky Blue came in and knocks Jamie Hayter down. Britt Baker, baby, hits a ripcord elbow strike on Sky Blue. Madison Rayne then nails Britt Baker to knock her down. So like all chaos in the ring. And then Jamie Hayter nails the ripcord lariat, or the Rainmaker type ripcord lariat. Does it better than Moose. And not as good as Okada, because Okada is like legendary. So, yeah, Jamie Hayter hits one hell of a Rainmaker style ripcord lariat. She hits that on Madison Rayne. 1, 2, 3 to get the win. And that's pretty much it. So I give the match 2.5 out of 5 stars. After the match, Britt Baker gets on the mic, talks about redefining what a bully is. Not Bully Ray, but what a bully is. Sorry. And starts trash talking Toni Storm. And then Rebel comes down. Toni Storm then takes her out. Then she takes out Britt Baker, baby. And she enters the ring, and then we have a cat fight! Good old-fashioned cat fight between the two lovely UK lassies. And, no, wait. Toni Storm's from Australia, I believe, and Jamie Hayter's from the UK, I think. I forget. Anyway, so they have a good old-fashioned cat fight. Toni Storm tries to puts Jamie Hayter in the Texas Cloverleaf, kind of botched it. Britt Baker then comes from behind and nails Toni in the head with the title belt. Then she picks up Jamie Hayter, hands her the women's title, and they start trash talking Toni Storm, and that's basically it. And then Jamie Hayter takes the title and goes, mwah! Kisses the title. So we'll see what happens next week. We got Jamie Hayter against Sky Blue on Dynamite coming up. We have that. And we're going to hear from Paige. She's supposed to get another doctor's opinion. I don't know if it's from Britt Baker or it's from Dr. Sampson. I don't know who it is. But obviously, the doctor is going to clear her to wrestle Britt Baker at Full Gear. And we'll see what happens with that. And we move on. So we got that. And we move on. I said that already. Sorry. All right. After that, we go backstage with Tony Baloney, the very legendary Tony Baloney. He has the Ocho, the Wizard, the Painmaker, Chris Jericho, the Ring of Jericho champion, and his good buddy, Spanish God Sammy Guevara, with him. So Tony Baloney tells Jericho to quit attacking commentators. You should know that right there, Tony, because he attacked you. Why don't you fight back there, Tony? You are very evil and very legendary. I can't help you. I don't. I'm in New York. You're in whatever city you're in. Unless you tell Tony Khan to slide in my DMs, if you know what I mean. Not that slide in my DMs, but hit me up on Twitter. Give me a job. I'll be there. Give me a plane ticket. I'll be there and I'll save you. Because you're very legendary to me. So you are the XWF lead commentator back in the day. But I digress. Anyway, so Jericho says, I don't think the Blackpool Combat Club doesn't like each other, meaning Danielson, Wheeler Utah, and Claudio. And he says he might take on both Danielson and Claudio. He's like, well, that's what a normal guy would do, but I'm the Ocho. So I'm like, well, fuck it, I'll face both of you. And then he's like, but then again, I got Sammy over here, so, hey, Sammy, you want in on this too? So we're going to have a fatal 4-way match at Full Gear for the Ring of Jericho title. That's a good idea. Even though it's kind of like lopsided because Danielson and Claudio, the hatred they have, I think Danielson's going to leave the Blackpool Combat Club and probably turn heel. So they're going to cancel each other out, most likely. And it's either going to be Jericho retaining or Sammy Guevara becoming the new Ring of Honor champion. But we'll see what happens with that. But I think Jericho's going to retain and then lose at that final battle, which is a few weeks after that. So we got that. So then Jericho tells Sammy, in the end, you will do the right thing and let me retain. So Sammy's like, Kind of looks perplexed, like, I don't know about that, dude. So we'll see. And we move on from there. So I gave that segment 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to the ring with the music of Absolute Ricky Starks. Love that guy. Not like that, but he's a great guy. Should be champion, but he's not. He was a champion. It was a stupid trinket belt like the FTW title, which isn't even a belt. Just a fucking belt that Taz made back in ECW. Brother, Red Hook. So anyway, so he comes out to a nice little response. And, hey, where's what rally's up? At 7:23 in the morning in the UK. The pay-per-view is going to start in about 9.5 hours. So it's going to be 5 p.m. your time watching Crown Jewel. You going to watch it? Or I obviously think you're going to watch it, but I'm going to get done with this, take a quick nap, and then get up, have my breakfast, and feed the wrestling cat. And then have breakfast with the missus, and then I'm going to watch, me and her are going to watch Crown Jewel. And then we're going to go out for lunch and do our thing on a Saturday night. Saturday afternoon, Saturday night. And then Sunday we're going to watch football and do nothing. But it is what it is. And we'll move on from there. Blah, 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 blah. But, welcome to the party, pal. Hi, Pete. Been asleep. Hope you're okay. I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. I got a headache. My neck is hurting me. Gotta try to get the kinks out of my neck. So, I was supposed to go to physical therapy today, but I had to cancel because I wasn't feeling well. I went out shopping, and I was about to go to physical therapy, and I wasn't feeling well, so I just called them and said, I can't make it today, so I cancel, and I have to go back on Tuesday. Can't go all the time. If you feel like shit, you feel like shit. You can't go to therapy or anything like that. Physical therapy. I'm not talking therapy, but blah 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 blah. So we get that. But hope you're doing well, sir. Hope you had a great Friday, and I hope you have a great Saturday and a great weekend. Good buddy of mine. But I'm doing okay. I'm getting there. I had a pretty decent day today, but I'm good. I'm gonna have a good weekend. That's all that matters. Yeah, I'm watching Crown Jewel. Yeah, good. I'm gonna watch it as well, and then late tomorrow night I'll do my Crown Jewel review on my Peter Gilmore channel. So get ready for that. I don't know what time I'm going to do it. Probably around, I don't know, whatever time I come home. But we'll see what happens with that. All right. So anyway, let's get back to Rampage, and then we're gonna get out of here. All right. So Ricky Starks is introduced. He gets in the ring with the mic. Fans start chanting his name, but we haven't seen him in a while. So he says he sees every week, online, people want to see him. He says that the people knows he can deliver, and he is good at that. And that he can do the pose. So he does that. He says he likes the people too, because the people like him, obviously. He says he is now in the new #1 contenders tournament. The Full Gear #1 contenders tournament, where he will, damn it, who's he facing? Shit. Oh, I had the bracket with me. I fucking forgot it. I know. He's taking on Lance Archer on Rampage next week, because the tournament starts on Wednesday. It's Eddie Kingston and I forget who he's facing. I know it's Eddie Kingston and somebody. Eddie's probably gonna win that. And then we got 3 matches on Rampage next week. Ricky Starks and Lance Archer, Bandito and Roosh. Oh, shit. You haven't seen that since Final Battle 2 years ago. Well, not even Final Battle 2 years ago. 2 years ago, basically. When Roosh beat Bandito. Bandito beat Roosh to become the Ring of Honor champion. Or was the other way around? I forget. But anyway, great match that was. And then also it's going to be Brian Cage facing somebody. So I'm thinking Ricky Starks and Brian Cage on the right side of the bracket. And on the left side of the bracket, it's probably going to be Eddie Kingston and... I'd probably put Roosh in there. I think, well, maybe... I don't know. Either Roosh or Bandito. But either way, it's going to be a good match with Eddie Kingston on the left side. I think the finals are going to be either Ricky Starks and Bandito or Ricky Starks and Roosh. And I think Ricky Starks will be your new #1 contender for the title, and he will either face Moxley or MJF at Winter is Coming on December the 14th. So there you go. So anyway, so he announces that he's in the tournament. He says there are 6 questions people want to know, and he has answered one of them, and he might just say he's going to enter the tournament. He then says he will make sure he holds AEW on his bare back, because he talks about Moxley. He's like, what's going to happen when all that blood dries up? Blah, blah, blah. He says he's going to walk out of Full Gear, the new #1 contender for the title. Then he says he respects Moxley. And then, like I said, he says, hey, Mox, what's going to happen when all that blood you've been spilling for the last 3 years is going to up? He says, I could face MJF, the devil himself. And he says, you may be a generational talent, but I'm an absolute talent. And I'm Ricky freaking Starks. So kind of a play off of Seth freaking Rollins a little bit. So it was a pretty damn good promo. And we'll see what happens next Friday night with Ricky Starks and the big monster himself, Lance Archer. We haven't seen him in a long time. I think he's been doing Japan stuff. But should be a good match. I think Ricky's going to win, obviously. And like I said, he's going to take on Brian Cage the week after that. And then the finals will probably be, like I said, Ricky Starks and either Bandito or Roosh. Because I don't think it's going to be Ricky Starks and Eddie Kingston. I just can't see that match happening. I just can't. And that's pretty much it. Amazing Ricky Starks being used. Wow. Think Tony Khan forgot he worked there. Well, I think Ricky was injured. Or just... You might be right. He might have been forgotten after that whole feud with Powerhouse Will Hobbs. I think the last time we saw him was at All Out. In that match with Powerhouse Hobbs, where Powerhouse Hobbs whipped his ass. But now he's back, and he's going to be probably be the #1 contender to Moxley or MJF at Winter is Coming 3. Well, yeah, I think it's 3. So we got all that. Let me move on. Speaking of events coming up, January the 5th, actually January the 3rd and January the 5th. Really, January the 5th. It's going to be Rampage in Portland, Oregon. I think that's a live Rampage. I'm not sure on that. But Rampage, January the 5th, making their Portland debut. And the night after that, that's Saturday, the first Saturday of January 2023, Battle of the Belts 5. So, that's going to be taped probably before Rampage. And then we'll get Rampage after that. But we'll see what happens. But, yeah, Battle of the Belts 5 coming your way January the 6th or I think it's the 6th or the 7th. I forgot what day that is. But it's a Saturday, let's just say that. So, Rampage, then Battle of the Belts. There you go. Start of January. Also, they're going to be in Fresno, California in the middle of January as well. So they're making a lot of debuts in different cities next year. Portland, Fresno, California. I think that's the middle of January show. That's pretty much it. I think Rampage is going to be live this whole month. That's from what I heard. So I think the next 3 weeks are going to be live. Well, I don't know about well, obviously I don't think the Thanksgiving show is going to be, well, the Black Friday show is live. I don't think it is. But I think next week and the following week, the go home show before Full Gear is live. That's good. Rampage should be live all the time. But you know, you always got to worry about because it's on TNT. You got to worry about basketball coming up in the summer. You know, with the NBA playoffs. You know, the first, second, and possibly the third round, and then the NHL playoffs. So Rampage is gonna be live all the time, which it should be, but they're gonna probably have to play around with what days it might be on. Maybe if they put on Rampage on Saturday, they put it on like at 7 o'clock, depending on the playoff games. So we'll see what happens with Rampage, but it's at least good that Rampage is gonna be live at least a couple of times this month. Last week, this week, probably next week, and a week after that. So 4 straight live Rampages. That's not bad. Ratings ain't gonna show for it. Last week did 370-something thousand views. And I mean, Dynamite did 900 and what did they do this week? 911,000. So they went way down. They didn't go way down, but obviously because of the World Series game was game 4 of the World Series, which the Phillies won. To make it 2-1, and then we saw Thursday night. Actually, no, I take that back. Game 4 was the no-hitter game for the Astros. They combined no-hitter to make it 2-2, and then last night that epic catch at the end, near the end of the game, basically at the end of the game, gave the Astros a win. They were up 3-2. Game 6 tomorrow night in Houston. Hopefully Houston wraps it up tomorrow night. I really don't want to see Game 7. I mean, Game 7s are always fun, but I don't want to see the Phillies in a Game 7 because, you know, it is what it is. I just don't want the Phillies to even win the World Series. I think Houston's going to win. They got Framber Valdez tomorrow. I don't even know who's pitching for the Phillies tomorrow. It's not Zach Wheeler. I think it's Noah Syndergaard. Hey, Noah Syndergaard, do you think you can win a big one? Like in 2015 when you stunk it up in the World Series? Just a shame Zach Wheeler and Noah Syndergaard. They get to the World Series in 2015, even though Zach Wheeler wasn't with the team because he had Tommy John surgery, and Syndergaard was pretty damn good that whole year. And then the playoffs, right in the World Series, just like basically all the Met pitchers, DeGrom, Matt Harvey. You know, he pitched a pretty good Game 4, and I think it was Game 4 or Game 5. Just the Mets just ran out of gas in that World Series. Lost 4-1. Lost in 5 games at home to the Royals, who they really should have destroyed, but just ran out of gas. And that's it. Now Wheeler and Syndergaard are on the same team in Philly, and I just don't think they're gonna win tomorrow. I just don't think. But you never know. With these Phillies, they can just surprise us all. But hopefully they don't win tomorrow and they don't win Sunday. But the World Series is going to end this weekend, and then the hot stove starts heating up, and now we're going to wait to see where DeGrom goes, where Nimmo goes, where Diaz goes, where Judgy Wudgy goes. He could go to freaking San Diego, they're saying, San Francisco. I hope he goes to San Fran, and then Jock Peterson goes to the Mets. That would be really nice. DeGrom, actually, Mark Canha, Mark Canha said that DeGrom, he talked to DeGrom, and DeGrom says he would like to return to the Mets. So it's just a matter of Stevie Cohen opening up his checkbook and saying, "Hey, how much money do you want, there, Jake?" Actually, they're projecting him at 3 to 5 years, 125 million, 150 million, somewhere around that range. Nimmo wants like 5 years, 125 million. Are you nuts? I don't think they're going to sign him for 5 years. I think they're going to sign him for at least two to 4 years. Diaz will probably get 3 years if they sign him. And then they might get Carlos Rondon from the White Sox. They may play a role in the Ohtani sweepstakes. They might make a run for Judge, but they're not going to get Judge. As much as I would love to have Judgy Wudgy, but one less steroid user on my team. And yeah, he does take roids. It's a proven fact. Ask John Carlos Stanton that question because he takes roids like the entire Yankee team does. And where did the Yankees go? They had all that fucking talent. Judgy Wudgy hit 62 home runs, and where did they go? Whoosh, sweep, swept by their daddy. The Houston assholes. I mean the Astros. So there you go. All right, we'll move on from that. No, we're not going to talk about baseball anymore. But what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, Ricky Starks. And yeah, the Battle of the Belts, January the 6th in Portland, Oregon. There you go. They don't wrestle there much, Portland, Oregon. Different. Yeah, AEW is kind of bouncing around the country next year. They may be debuting in England. From what I'm hearing, they might do a UK tour. That'd be nice. AEW in jolly old England. But that's going to be taped shows, obviously. Who knows where else they might go? They already made a debut in Toronto. Maybe they'll make a debut in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Or Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Jericho's hometown and Kenny Omega's hometown. They got a lot of places to go. But Portland, I know, is one place they're going to debut. And Fresno, California, they're going to debut as well. I think that's the middle of January show. We'll get that. Move on. I watched NFL last night. Thought the Texans were going to win. The Eagles, nope. Eagles flies. I said, yeah. 8-0, the Philadelphia Eagles. Wow. But they got some hard games coming up. Dallas. Actually, not Dallas. They got Green Bay next week. That's going to be an interesting game. That's going to be on Fox. The game of the week, obviously. They got two. I think they got two against the Giants. One of them is the end of the season, so that's going to be a big test for the Eagles because the Giants are doing so good. Not like last week, but Giants are what are they 5-2? No, 6-2, I think, because they got the bye week this week. Because this is week 9 of the NFL, in the league where they play for pay. And the Niners got off this week, so I go, damn it, what am I going to watch? But the Jets are playing I think the Jets are playing the Buffalo Bisons this week. They're going to lose. Bisons are going to whip their fucking ass. So that hot start, now they're going to fall to earth. They're, right now they are at 5-2. Not going to get the Bible roll. Football talk. Okay, get to the... Damn it, I was going to hopefully open up on the Jets. Jets are 5-3. They played Buffalo at home on Sunday, CBS, 1 o'clock. Giants and the Niners are off. Hopefully Arizona beats the Seahawks. So the Niners will be a half game back in the division. And then week 10, the Niners face the Los Angeles Bolts, the Chargers, at home. And basically, the Niners are home for the rest of the second half, which is good. Because they're an amazing home team. And they may be getting Odell Beckham Jr. from the Rams in a trade, or I don't know. I guess in a trade, obviously. They got Christian McCaffrey from the Panthers. All they basically gave was a fifth. I think it was a 5th round pick, which is basically a nothing pick. But it is what it is, and that's that. But yeah, the Eagles are 8-0 right now. They're not going to go undefeated. That's a given. They're not going to go undefeated. I think if they lose a game, probably they have one against the Cowboys. And they got one against the Cowboys, and they got 2 against the Giants, and they got, I think, a game or 2 against the Redskins. And that's pretty much it. All right, I gotta step out for just a second. I'll be right back. Right back. Just gonna take a second for the right back. All right, we're back live. I had to do something for the missus, and we're back. Didn't take me that long. That's what she said. But anyway, that's that. But yeah, Eagles. I would think if I had to predict what their record is going to be at the end of the year, I would probably say 14-3. I think they're definitely going to be number 1 seed unless the Giants or Dallas the Giants or Dallas beats them in the division. But they're definitely making the playoffs. Giants, I think, are going to make the playoffs. Dallas is an iffy. And even the Niners are an iffy right now. But we'll see what happens with that. I think the Niners have they don't have a tough schedule in the second half, but they got 2 games in Arizona, one of them in Mexico City. They got Seattle, I believe, at the end of the year. They got the Saints, which is it's going to be a hard game at home. And I think they got Houston as well. That should be a gimme game, but never know with the Texans. And then they got the Raiders on New Year's night. Well, actually New Year's Day, not New Year's night. But then again, they can change the game to a night game because the flex schedule crap. But that's interesting. They're playing on my birthday at home, which is great. Then they play on New Year's Day. It's even better. Watching that's gonna be a lot of football that day. Lot of football. You got week 17 of the NFL that whole day. Then you got I think the Rose Bowl is on New Year's Day. And I think a couple other bowl games in college football that really nobody's gonna watch. And that's basically it. So we'll see what happens with that. All right. Bah. Bah. Oh, speaking of bah, you know who debuted at the Dark tapings tonight? I think it was tonight. I think it was Dark. It was Dark. I think it was Dark. You know who debuted in a trios match against the Dark Order? He's silver champion of WrestlePro. That man is the big fat man himself. Fala. Bah! 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 Good friend of mine. And he's from New Jersey. Yeah, you didn't think he was from New York, did you? Oh, you thought he was from Japan. No, he lives in New York. Not New Jersey, I think. That guy's a legend. Fala. Bah! And his good buddy Kevin Matthews, too, when they were in Impact. Remember when they were in Impact, and then Scarlett Bordeaux was their semi-manager, and then Fala Bah was trying to get with Scarlett Bordeaux. I don't blame you, dude. No. That guy is a character. Gotta love Fala Bah. But yeah, he made his debut in AEW at the tapings tonight. That's pretty good shit. Even though Fala Bah's kind of technically still with Impact. But yeah, I'd love to see Fala Bah in AEW. What would they do with him? I don't know. But I'd rather just him stay in Impact. I don't know. But yeah, great to see Fala Bah at the AEW tapings. Good stuff. There's a lot of indie wrestlers who have made their debuts in AEW that I know personally. Mike Verna, Mike Taverna, they call him Mike Taverna. Mike Verna, Anthony Gangone, Jade, the WOW Women's Champion, soon to be World Champion, because you know how she's Joey B's girl. who else? Joe Ocasio, the former champion. Joey Ace was there. JC Storm, I know her personally. A couple other people from the New York indie scene, New York, New Jersey. I'm making a point and the freaking internet cut off. Fuck! So anyway, Joey Ace was on Monday Night Raw. Remember when him and that other guy, I forgot his name, they basically got destroyed by Omos. But also Joey Ace was also a security guard on Raw too. JF was on Raw before he even went to AEW, and he was from the New York, New Jersey indie scene. Even my mentor, my freaking trainer, Joe, I can't even say his name, Joel Maximo, and his brother Jose Maximo, the Spanish announce team, were on Monday Night Raw. Remember that whole segment with Ray and Dominic, when Rhea Ripley beat the fuck out of Dominic before he turned? When they were in the back, I think it was for Ray's 25th anniversary. They were there. I think Prince Nana was actually on Raw one time. My good friend Prince Nana of the Embassy. Good friend of mine. See, I do have friends in the wrestling business and in real life too. So say I don't have friends. You, Peter, don't have friends. I got more friends than you can count. So, fuck you, man. That's it. All right, let's finish this off. So we talked about the Eagles. Okay, we'll move on. That is a lot of money. NFL players get so much. Wow, millions, unbelievable. But yeah, most of them are money-grubbing whores. They want a lot of money. A lot of money if you're a big-time superstar. I hate to say, but Debo, he wanted out of San Fran, and he was getting offers galore, even from the the Commanders, the Redskins. Even the Colts wanted him, but Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, they're such great men. They said, "Hey, Debo, we're going to give you 3 years, $150 million. You want to come back?" Debo's like, "Yep." Where do I sign, sir? So now Debo's back. We're going to have him for 3 more years. Good shit. But as far as Jimmy Garoppolo goes, I don't care how good you play this season, you're out! I think he'll be out. I don't think they're going to re-sign him. As much as Trey Lance is coming back next year, and who knows what's going to happen with him next year, I just don't think that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to come back next year, or even get re-signed. He'll get signed, but not by the Niners, I don't think. I think he'll probably go to, some schmuck team. Probably the Jets. Yeah, he'll be Zach Wilson's fucking backup, and he won't even. And Zach Wilson just standing there, looking like, oh, this is how a freaking starter freaking plays, and knows how to suck when it counts, right, Jimmy? You know that firsthand. Twice. Super Bowl, NFC title game last year. Cannot win the big one. He will always be in Tom Brady's shadow. And how's Tom Brady doing this year? Oh, they're getting to the good part of the of building medicine without the academic decathlon. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. Boo this man! Boo! Billy Madison, a cult classic movie. Gotta love it. All of Adam Sandler's movies are great. We'll move on. But yeah, all these NFL players, it's all about the money. Even the baseball players, like freaking, Juan Soto wants a ton of money. DeGrom wants a ton of money. Wants a ton of money. Judgy Wudgy's gonna get like $500 million. For what? Some of these players get big-time contracts and don't even live up to the potential of that contract. You can ask Francisco Lindor that one, even though he had a pretty damn good year this year. Not a great year, but lived up to his potential from last year. Hopefully, year 3, because he's got a 10-year contract with the Mets. Whoosh. But he's gonna be a shortstop for the next 7 years. Hopefully, year 3 will be better than pick up from what he did last year. He kind of fell down the toilet along with Alonso and basically half the offense and the pitching. So I'm hoping for good things next year for the Mets, but we'll see. Depending on who they get in free agency, if they keep in free agency. Hopefully they keep DeGrom, they keep Sugar Diaz, they keep Nimmo, and if they add anybody, I would think maybe Rondon, maybe Ohtani, but they'll make a run at Judge, then won't get him. Maybe they'll get Jock Peterson to play DH. They did say Marte was going to take over, going to play center field if they get rid of Nimmo and they don't get Judge, or they don't get Judge. It'll be a miracle if Stevie Cohen gets Judgy Wudgy. A miracle. Like how the Mets got Piazza back in the day. I remember that too. They got him on Christmas. I think it was on my birthday, actually. I heard the Mets made this big, humongous trade. I forget who it was. I think it was Piazza or it was somebody else. That made my night. That was a good birthday present. But it is what it is. I'll have to watch this video back. I missed it. Did Natty break her nose tonight or fake blood? Shayna really kicked her in the face. Wow. No, Shayna broke her nose wide open. And this is like I said before, this is the Shayna Baszler I want. This killer instinct Shayna Baszler. And now her and Ronda are going to be like fucking killers. I love it. Now, if you can make her like a women's tag team champion again, that'd be nice with Ronda. Or eventually down the line, Shayna versus Ronda would be so freaking epic. Put them in a fight pit. Won't happen till next year though, but right now, I'm liking this Shayna Baszler. I like it. I want more of it. Whoa! But yeah, she broke her nose wide open, dude. It wasn't fake blood. I don't know how you would get fake blood on shots in the nose. Oh, there's a blood capsule in my nose. Let me just stick it up my nose, right near the spot, and then she hits me right in the nose, and I go, and then all the blood capsule comes right out my nose. No, that's real blood, dude. Real blood. Anyway, is New Year Day a Sunday NFL? Okay, cool. Yeah, it is. They're playing on Christmas and on my birthday. Interesting schedule. You wake up and you it's 1 o'clock. After we open our presents, football. Then after football, we eat some good old fashioned food for Christmas night. And on Christmas Eve, the games will start like at 1 o'clock. So before you have your Christmas Eve meal, you gotta watch some football, and I think there's a night game too on Christmas Eve. I don't know who's playing, but depends on the schedule. So we'll get that. So it's kind of cool to see football on Christmas and New Year's Day. I don't think they're playing on New Year's Eve, because that'll be bad. Day games, obviously. Not going to play at night. But that's that. Follow. Bah! Good, I watched Impact. That's cool, getting a chance in AEW, yeah. It's good. Yeah, he was in the trios match against the Dark Order. Okay, with that. All right. Final comment. Tom Brady is getting sacked a lot this season. Think he's sacked more than Big Ben. Now Steelers think I heard that of Pat McAfee. Yeah. I think ever since it was announced that Brady and Giselle Bundchen officially got divorced, he's been playing like crap. And the Buccaneers, how do you lose to the Panthers? And then I think they lost the last game, I think, too. Look at this. Where am I? I don't even know where I am. Where am I? I don't know. Alright, let me look at the Bible again. They lost to Baltimore. Last week. How do you lose to Baltimore? I don't know. That made Otaku really happy. Then they lost to the Panthers. They lost to Pittsburgh. Ugh. Now they're playing the Rams tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Sunday at home. Then they got Seattle in Munich, Germany on the 13th. Then they got the bye week. Then they play San Fran December the 11th in San Fran. Oh, I would love for Jimmy to beat fucking Brady that game. Teacher versus student. Student wins. Put Brady in the turf in Santa Clara, California. Beat that motherfucker. Send him packing. Oh, by the way, Brady wants to play for the Niners now. Did you hear that? I read that on Twitter. I'm like, what? Now he wants to play for us after he spurned us when he was retired and we were thinking he was going to come back? Oh, I'm going to come back and play for the Buccaneers. I don't want to play for the Niners. Now I want to play for the Niners. Make up your mind! You overrated son of a bitch. But yeah, do I want Brady next year? I personally don't care. As long as he gets us to the playoffs, I'll be happy. And gives us a championship, then I'll say something. But I don't think he's coming to the Niners. I want him, but I don't want him. It's like a love-hate relationship. But if John Lynch and Kyle and Jed York, I think, the owner of the Niners, they want Brady, shell a whole ton of money for a year or two. Give him like $150 million for 2 years. Let him be the star quarterback for the Niners, and then just let Trey Lance just like, hey, you don't get to play this year. You're gonna be a backup for the rest of your career. What once was gonna be Trade by the Bay is not gonna be Trade by the Bay probably next year. Probably be Brady country in Santa Clara next year. If the Niners want him. I just don't think he'll go there. But if he does, he does. I might buy his jersey. I might not. I already got Trey Lance's jersey. I don't have it with me at the moment, but I do have Kaepernick's jersey. Kaepernick's better than Garoppolo and better than Trey Lance. I'll just say that right now. He's not better than Brady, obviously. Brady's the GOAT. But yeah, Brady's having a really bad season this year. Probably his worst season since, I think, his first season with the Patriots. Way back when. We move on. Okay, the Bucs are crap. They're not going to beat the Rams, no way. Hey, you never know. You never know in this wacky world of the NFL. In the league where they play. Flippe. But I think I picked Tampa Bay in that game. Even though no, that's a Rams home game, right? Now I gotta keep looking. I can't do this all on the fly. On the top of my head, you know. I'm old. No, it's in Tampa. It's gonna be a tough game. I think it's the game in a week too. So that's gonna be definitely on Fox. And that's a 1:00 game, I believe. I gotta look at it again. At the statistics. Actually, it's yeah, it's a 4:00 game, so it's gonna probably be on Fox with Kevin McCarthy and that other guy. As long, thank God it's Kevin. I almost said Kevin Patrick. Kevin McCarthy, I think his name is. Thank God it's not Joe fucking Troy Gaiman. Had to hear them on Monday night. Oh, especially that. Not next, the 21st, I gotta hear them on Monday Night Football because the Niners are playing the Arizona Cardinals in Mexico City, which is basically a home game. I don't think they're a home team, but it's basically a home game. But, God, I really don't want to hear Troy Gaiman and fucking Joe Fox fucking commentary because it's boring. Well, Peter Gilmore's commentary sucks too. So why are you watching it though? We know the ones that watch my show and they say that my videos suck, but you still watch it. You know why? Because you're... That's what you do. Sucking on my big fat Italian sausage. And you love it, you want more of it. Anyway. But yeah. We'll see what happens on Sunday with the Rams and the Buccaneers. We can walk the plank. That's it. Alright. Tony Romo, one of my favorite commentators, he says foul. He says foul, that the ref says personal foul. Yeah, Tony Romo's a good analyst. He's good. I like hearing him on what's he on? Sunday Night Football? No, not Sunday Night Football. Usually does the CBS games, I think. He's very good. I like him. I just can't stand Joe Buck and Troy Gaiman. I can't stand them. It's worse when Joe Buck's doing Major League Baseball. I can't stand him. I hate him now. Thankfully he's not doing Fox out that much anymore. Now I have to hear freaking John Smoltz and a bunch of dorks basically jerking off to the other team. If the Mets are playing like the Braves or something like that, you know John Smoltz, the Braves legend that he is, he's sucking fucking Braves cock. The freaking play-by-play announcer's sucking Braves cock. Oh, it drives to the wall! Look at that! I'm like, even when the Mets hit a freaking home run, it's like, oh, home run Mets. I'm like, show some fucking compassion for fucking baseball, dude. Or just don't do fucking play-by-play for ESPN or Fox or whoever. I can't stand ESPN, by the way. I can't. But TBS has some great commentators. You know, when Bob Costas is on with, like, Ron Darling, I love to hear them. Not as great as Gary Cohen, Ron Darling, and Keith Hernandez, the greatest play-by-play color commentators in all of baseball history. But I just can't stand certain people in baseball and football commentary. It's just horrible. I just turn it off. Or just mute it. Go put on the radio broadcast. But it is what it is, and that's that. I know we're breaking away from the Rampage review, but my show can do whatever the fuck I want. Yeah. Alright, Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, annoying. I agree, yeah. Whenever you watch them on Monday Night Football, mute it. Just watch the game. Don't even listen to them. Because they're boring. I'm not boring. I'm entertaining. Well, at least I try to be entertaining. But anyway. Al Michaels, my favorite, totally outshines the other crap commentator he's with who's crap. Well, Al Michaels is retired now, sadly. I loved him on Monday Night Football and Sunday Night Football with Chris Collinsworth. He's a legend, but as we all know, the great legends of, you know, like Pat Summerall and John Madden and Howard Cosell, Monday Night Football. This is Howard Cosell here on ABC Monday Night Football with Howard Cosell. That guy's a legend. Howard Cosell's a legend. So is Pat Summerall and John Madden. Every time I would hear him on CBS, like during the 4 o'clock games, when they would be like near the end of the game, like 7 o'clock, around 7 o'clock. Remember when Murder, She Wrote used to be coming on like right after 60 minutes? Coming up next on CBS, we got the halftime, we got the post game show, and we got 60 Minutes, and then Murder, She Wrote. Loved him. I loved Cat Summerall every time he said that. It made me laugh. But he is a legend. Those two guys are legends. Howard Cosell, Frank Gifford, back on ABC, Monday Night Football. But Al Michaels is great, too. Even Chris Collinsworth is good, you know, color commentator. Mike Tirico's. It's like this. Good stuff. Oh, Al Michaels is still. Sorry. Al Michaels is doing Thursday Night Football. I thought he retired. See how much I watch Thursday Night Football? When it's on Amazon Prime. I'm glad it's on Amazon. I'm not really glad it's on Amazon Prime. Because most people don't have Amazon Prime. You know, if you have a PS4 or a PS5, and you have to pay for that. Some of you do. I don't. I get it for free. Like, well, not Netflix. Netflix I have to pay for. Disney Plus I have to pay for. The only things I get for free is Peacock and Paramount and Hulu. I get all that for free on PS4. You get the free versions, not the ones you pay for. Yeah, it might be cheap, but, you know, whatever. Ooh. What am I watching? I don't even know what I'm watching right now. I think it's NCIS New Orleans. It's on TNT. 3 o'clock tomorrow. I gotta get this done. Because I need to go to sleep and then get up for freaking this crappy fucking pay-per-view. But yeah. Anyway, Al Michaels, on Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime. Every Thursday night on Amazon Prime. There you go. And that's pretty much it. All right, thank you, Will Rise, for all those comments. All right, let's get back to Rampage. So we left off, as we left off a long time ago, with Ricky Starks cutting a promo saying he's going to be in the Full Gear #1 Contenders Tournament. He's going to be taking on Lance Archer next Friday night. And we'll see who wins that tournament. I think it's going to be Ricky Starks to win that tournament. But we'll see. It's okay, man. It's okay. We can talk about whatever we want. My show. You don't like it? Get out of here. But you still watch. You're still watching at 3:10 in the morning or 8:10 in the morning, wherever you may be. If you're in England or a different, well, not 8:10, but whatever time you are, whatever godforsaken country you live in, unless it's Italy. Buongiorno. In Italy. That's it. I actually think now it's 311, not that band. That band sucks, by the way. If you like 311, then there's something wrong with you. I used to like them, but then they came out with the cover of Love Song by The Cure. No. That it sounded like a freaking hippie sang that song. I know they were like a ska band, like No Doubt used to be, but that version sucks. You want a good version? Listen to the version by Dead, D-E-D. You know, Joe Catello's band. You know, Maria Brink's Love Boy, or Boy Toy. You listen to that on the Dead album. School. I forgot the name of the album. The newest album that came out from Dead. I think it's called School of Hard Knocks. I think something like that. But anyway. Yeah, Joe Cotella and his girl Maria Brink slay that song. I don't mean slay in a bad way. It's like it sucks. It is amazing. That song is made for them because they do the light stuff and then they get right into it when they get to the chorus. You know, they like Joe does his little harmony part, and then Maria's like, you start screaming like a banshee that she is, because she's the metal goddess. But I mean, you gotta go listen to that, dude. Guys and girls, listen to that song on YouTube. Just type in love song. Just type in love song cover. You probably find it. It's by Dead, D-E-D, not D-E-A-D, but Dead, D-E-D. And also another good song is the first single off the new album. What's it called? All the Beautiful Things, I think it's called. That whole album is pretty damn good. And so is In This Moment. gotta plug my favorite band. Come on. Blood 1983 is still out and doing very good on the charts. Not good, but good. And they're coming out with a live album and DVD next year. I can't wait for that. Can't wait. Speaking of, Maria Brink doll. I still haven't done that freaking unbagging. I gotta do that shit. I keep forgetting to do it. I don't do it. You know, because I got that. I got the gloves, the glow in the dark gloves, and the shirt, which is in the laundry right now. But I will be doing that late on haul unbagging, whatever you want to call it. We'll be doing that probably maybe Sunday, maybe another day. I don't know. Whenever I get free time. All right. Now let's get back to Rampage. All right. So let's see what happens with Ricky Starks in that tournament. I think he's going to win it. And probably face Moxley or MJF. All right. So after that, we go to break. We come back with Tony Baloney, Schiavone. He's with the Spanish God, Sammy Guevara. They went from that to Ricky Starks segment. Then they went right back to Sammy Guevara, who was just there with Tony. He's like, okay, I'll be with Jericho for this segment. But I got more to say. So anyway, Sammy doesn't want to talk about the interview he did before with Jericho. So he goes on to talk about a story saying, when I worked at Subway, I watched Bryan Danielson back in the day. That was like, what, 20 some odd years ago? Almost 15 some odd years ago? I didn't even know that. Of all people, Sammy Guevara worked at a Subway. Figure that one out. Even Tony Schiavone worked at Starbucks as a barista. Not Batista, barista. So that's kind of interesting. So he said, so he watched Bryan Danielson matches while he worked at Subway. So then he says, I want to be the best wrestler, the best technical wrestler of all time. So he challenges Bryan Danielson to a match on Dynamite this week, but not just any match. 2 out of 3 falls match. Oh, that's going to be a banger. Right there, Sheamus? Banger, fella! Right on. Congratulations to you getting married there, dude. Your wife is a very nice lady. He's having a banger in bed, if you know what I mean, with that shit lady. Banger! He banged her, all right. But I digress. So yeah, 2 out of 3 falls match next this Wednesday night on Dynamite. It's gonna be good. Can't wait. So I gave that 3.25 out of 5 stars. All right, then we get the dual main event promos with Bismarck Henry, and we have the Embassy of Prince Nana and the Gates of Agony. We got Toa and Bishop Khan. Now I actually know how to pronounce his name. It's Bishop Khan, but it's spelled differently. K-A-U-N, but it's pronounced Khan, like Tony Khan, man. Nick Khan, man. Or the ever popular Khan from Star Trek 2, the movie. Khan! Kubla Khan? No. Remember, what was his name? Kubla Khan in WWF? Anybody has the last name of Khan, it should, you would think it's a good guy, right? Anyway, so we get that, and then, they're facing off against Wardlow and Samoa Joe. So they do that, and then Mark Henry does his usual thing. I think we've heard enough talk. It's time for the main event. And then you hear, I think it was Toa go, ah! Okay. So anyway, then we get to this match, pitting the AEW TNT champion, Wardlow, against the Ring of Honor World TV champion, Samoa Joe, or Ward Joe, whatever you want to call him. Samoa Joe, Bazooka Joe. By the way, I haven't seen that gum out in a while. I think they still have it for 5 cents. Remember that back in the day when you get Bazooka Joe or not Bubble Yum, Even they have the Halloween candy that looks like Bazooka Joe, but it's, you know, it's free. Well, sometimes it's free depending on what store you go to. But I remember back in my day, because I'm showing my age, Bazooka Joe had like, they had the regular flavor, then they had cherry, strawberry, grape. 5 cents a piece. I could get a whole freaking carton of it. Good shit. Hubba Bubba back in the day. Doublemint gum still out. Wrigley Spearmint gum. What else? Fresh Stripes. Remember that? Remember Fresh Stripes? You remember that? Some of you do. Some of you don't. Bubba. Well, not Hubba Bubba. Bubble gum, bubble yubba, whatever. That's so many gums. Trident, Dentine, Orbits. Try Orbits. Good stuff. I don't know what I went on a tangent talking about gum. I used to have bubble gum when I was about 13. Strawberry Hubba Bubba. Oh yeah. I like the cherry one, like the strawberry one. They had blueberry. Ugh. You chew that, it made your tongue blue. Fun Dip back in the day. Remember that? You get the thing, you have the stick, and then you put it in, you go. That was good back in the day. But I don't think you would have that in the UK. They were rally. But yeah, back here in the States, we had Fun Dip. DJ Jousey Jowlot and MC Fun Dip. As my friends used to say back in the day. They used to call me, they didn't say that about me, but they called me DJ Ratso Pizzo. Mario, my friend Nick, not that Nick. I had another friend named Nick I used to live on a block with. He now lives in I don't know where he lives now. I think he lives in Vegas now. We did when he used to live around my area. We did I was at his house. We were like doing karaoke rap. we were singing Biggie's "More Money, More Problems," and my friend Alex would sing a line, and then I would sing like the end part, like. You know, that song, like, B-I-G, P-O-P-P-A, no info for the D-E-A, you know, that part, then like the end of the song. So, when that part came on, my friend Nick gave me the mic. He says on the mic, it's my buddy, Mr. Mario Razzo Pizzo. So, he gave me the mic, and I did a really bad job of singing a fucking song. I was trying to do a freestyle rap, and I failed. I should have just went with a goddamn song. Because I can sing that song. I know most of the lyrics to that song. B-I-G, P-O-P-P-A, no info for the G-E-A. Federal agents mad because I'm flagrant. Tap myself and a phone in the basement. If you don't like Biggie Smalls or Notorious B.I.G., there you got problems. And I'm not talking about 99 problems on a bitch ain't one. That was good rap back in the day. Biggie, Tupac, N.W.A., Snoop Diggity Dogg, Dr. Drizzy, Eminem, 50 Cent, Nas, even Ja Rule, 50 Cent. Nowadays you got crap. Mumble rap, bleh, Ice Cube. Good shit back in the day, man. Now you got mumble rap that you can't even understand. What? Or you got bitches like, you know, Cardi B, or Megan Thee Stallion, or, you know, Doja Cat. I like Doja Cat, but at least I can understand what the fuck she's saying. Megan Thee Stallion, I can understand some of them. She talks really fast, but I like some of her songs. Cardi B, I know you like that one song. We all know the song that we all know and love. Put it down my throat, good, smoke it, whoa. Got this weird ass pussy, you know. That's the only song I like. I can understand by Cardi B. The video is just weird because it has Kendall Jenner in the fuck. No, is it Kendall Jenner? I think it's not Kendall. I think it's Caitlyn Jenner in the freaking video. And it's just freaking Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion basically twerking, which not you know, nothing bad about that, but two hot bitches twerking their asses, singing about wet pussy. You know, can't go wrong with that. Remember back in the day when, you know, the male rappers always talked about pussy and everything? And then you would rarely get women singing about dick. I think the only And nowadays, you got Cardi B, you got Megan Thee Stallion, you got a couple other rappers that I don't even know and don't care for. Talking about wet ass pussy. Say, you want this wet ass pussy? I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. Good stuff back in good stuff. Now, right there, Kurt Hennig. He knows. Kurt Hennig knows what I'm talking about. Remember that? You know that song. You know that song. I like country music. I like country girls. I like Willie Nelson. And don't forget about Pearl. There's only one thing that I hate, and it's a bunch of crap. These trolls are crap. See, I changed the lyric. Because, yeah, trolls videos about me are crap. Or anybody, yeah, crap. Trolls are crap. They came from crap, too. But I digress on that. Yeah. Sherbet dip, we called it in UK. I never heard of that. I like sherbet ice cream. Rainbow sherbet ice cream. I haven't had it in a while. I gotta get some. But next time I go to the store, I gotta get some ice cream. Kurt Hennig's daughter's a wrestler too. Oh, interesting. Yep. All these wrestlers have kids. Most of them are, in the wrestling business now. Kurt Hennig's daughter is a wrestler too with Curtis Axel. What? Oh, you mean Curtis Axel's daughter? Oh, I know what you're talking about. I think I know what you're talking about. Okay, there you go. Mr. Hennig. Look at that. Oh, that's kind of cool. All right, we move on. All right, let's end this shindig now. All right, so the tag team match between Wardjoe and the Gates of Agony was a pretty good match. Kind of went back and forth. Prince Nana got on the apron. Wardlow knocks him down. Dude, shouldn't you know that by now? I know. Prince Nana's my friend and everything, He actually, I'll tell the story again. Prince Nana was the one that actually introduced me to Joel Maximo back in the day. 8 almost 9 years, almost 10 years ago, actually. Not to the day, but about between 8 and 10, almost 8 to 10 years ago. That's when I met. I knew Prince Nana way before then, but I didn't know he had Facebook back in the day. But then I found out that he had it, and when I reached out to Kerry Silken about maybe working with Ring of Honor, somehow he saw my post on Facebook, and he reached out to me. I was like, "Holy shit, is this the real Prince Nana?" I had to look it up because you know how fake accounts are. So it was really Prince Nana. He's like, "So I heard you want a job in Ring of Honor." I'm like, okay. I had to ask, "Was this the real Prince Nana?" I had to look it up, of course. And he said, "Yeah, it's me. It's really me. It's really me, Prince Nana." So he's like, "You really want a job in the wrestling business?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, I do." So he's like, "Well, I got a guy you can talk to." He's like, his name is Joel Maximo. Do you know him? I'm like, "Yeah, I know Joel. Who doesn't know Joel Maximo from the SATs?" I'm like, "Come on, how do you not know who that is?" So he's like, he gave me Joel's Facebook page. So I reached out to Joel Maximo, and then the rest is history. Wanted to work with him in FSW. I went for a tryout. I was gonna go for a tryout for play-by-play, but that didn't really surface much. But then I asked him if I can run the ropes a little bit. He said, "Oh, go ahead," and I did it. And then from there, he's like, "Oh, yeah, not bad." So you want to learn some more moves? I'm like, okay. Then we did that. He trained me for a couple months. Learned a few moves, but then I had to stop because I didn't want to get at the time. Because of my condition and the way my body is and everything. I'm old now. Back then it was like 34. It was like 2014. So I had to be. It was like what 8 years ago. So let's do the math. 37 years old, 38, 37, 38 years old, doing wrestling moves. I was in my prime. But did all that for a couple months, and then, he wanted me to actually wrestle, you know what I mean? Actually train for, I have to pay him money to just to do it. I'm like, I don't have that kind of money. So I had to stop for a while. And I never went back. So I had a little glimpse in the wrestling business, a little glimpse. I got my foot in the door, per se. There you go. Anyway, not a tag, 2 kids or wrestlers. Oh, okay. There you go. Okay. All right, so anyways, like I said, Prince Nana gets on the apron. Wardlow knocks him down. Khan then attempts to hit Wardlow, but Wardlow counters, picks up Khan, drops him with not 1, not 2, not even 3, but 4 powerbombs. The Powerbomb Symphony, 1, 2, 3, as he puts his boot over Bishop Khan, and Wardlow get the win, and the match I gave 3.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it. After the we hear Powerhouse Hobbs music play, and then he starts talking trash to Wardlow from the ramp. And then I think Joe tried to stop him, or I don't know what happened, but Wardlow pushes Joe out of the way. And then Hobbs makes it clear he wants the TNT title as the show goes off the air. And if you notice during the main event promo, Bismarck Henry asked Joe his thoughts about, the match and everything, and then Wardlow's like, hey, I got this. And then Joe's like, bitch, you just touched me? Did you just... Okay. So I'm thinking that Wardlow's going to split up, and maybe Joe's going to be a heel, and Wardlow's going to be the face. I don't know. But I'm thinking maybe at Final Battle we could see a unification match type something. Like Wardlow taking on Samoa Joe, possibly for both belts, like a unification type match. Not that I want to see that, but I don't think it should be for both titles. I don't think it should be title for title, because it'll make no freaking sense if you have Ring of Honor without a TV title. So I think it's just going to be a regular match. Or maybe just Wardlow goes for the Ring of Honor title. And then Joe beats him, which will be nice. Because if he loses that belt to that, then Ring of Honor doesn't really... I mean, they'd still have a TV title, but Wardlow will have both belts, so then you can't really unify it. I wouldn't unify it. But it is what it is, and that's pretty much it. But that's what I'm thinking is going to happen at Final Battle. I mean, Joe's on the freaking promotional poster. So I'm thinking that might be the main event, or at least the co-main event. But we'll see. But looks like Will Hobbs versus Wardlow for the TNT title, possibly at Full Gear. I think it's going to happen at Full Gear, because they haven't really only announced a few matches for Full Gear already. Besides the tournament finals, you got the women's title, the world title, that's 3. Probably Wardlow versus Will Hobbs, that's 4 for the TNT title. TBS title, Jade versus Nyla Rose, that's 5. Britt Baker and Paige, that's 6. Who am I missing now? All Atlantic title probably be defended, so that's 7. Probably the tag titles, that'd be 8. And then definitely matches on the pre-show. That would be at least 3 matches, 11 match card, because you know how Tony Khan wants to put like a 4-hour show on. So I would think 11, maybe 12 matches on the Full Gear card. That's with the pre-show. So 8, probably 8, maybe 9 matches. Probably 8 or 9 matches on the main show. 3 matches on the pre-show. So So it's gonna be a long night. In 2 weeks. And we'll see what happens with that. All right, so we move. That's pretty much it. So all right, that ends Rampage. Rampage wasn't that bad, and I gave it 6.25 out of 10 stars, and that's pretty much it. So let me know what you guys think about Smackdown and Rampage in the comments section. Don't forget to smash that like button to death. Stick it straight up the you-know-what. Subscribe to my channels, this channel and all my channels down below. Share the video all over the internet. Tap the bell. Get notified if you can. If not, then just search my channels for my latest video. If you're real and you're a real person, then you follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you're fake, get the fuck off my channel and fuck off my social media accounts. And that's pretty much it for that. So that's it. I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks you to Real Rally Sport Rally for coming on, and anybody else who came on. Well, thank you for the free views, assholes. And that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna get to bed. I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. A couple more comments. Why are Warlow and Joe friends? Weird, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, but you never know. You know, there's that old saying, strange bedfellows, right? Pick your poison about who you can tag team with. Sometimes it's a good, at first it's a very bad partnership, but then again, you like Stone Cold and Triple H, or Bobby Roode and Austin Aries. You know, the 2-man power trip. It worked. I mean, but I think Stone Cold and Triple H were like, forget it. Nobody can beat them until Triple H blew out his quad. I think if he didn't blow out his quad, I don't think Jericho and that guy named Benoit would have won the tag team titles. I don't think so. And then the invasion angle happened around that time too, I think. But yeah, the winners of wrestling. But yeah. Certain tag teams that they start off they hate each other, and then they win the tag team belts and they're best friends. Like Cena and Batista, Cena and HBK. They hated each other. They became tag team champs and didn't last that long though. But it is what it is. Beasts, Wardlow and Hobb, big beefy men slapping meat. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right, I gotta get out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Peter Grimwood signing off. Peace out. Rock on and rock hard with your cuckoot. And until next time, I have something to say. If I can get this loaded up. Hopefully I can. All right. So as we leave at 3:36 in the morning, I'm gonna say what I usually say in my outro. I'll let somebody else say it for me. So, good night, everybody.
Ain't no man knock me out. I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of letting people think they got a chance. The tribal chief is head and shoulders above everybody. This is my show. This is my camera.